The 2010s were a treasure trove for groundbreaking films that transformed into modern classics. These innovative movies pushed boundaries and redefined genres, permanently changing filmmaking and pop culture in the process. Whether it's intense dramas or stunning animations, the 2010s had something for every type of cinephile. From the legendary Parasite to poignant Moonlight, the 2010s were full of genre-defining masterpieces that continue to influence and inspire. It showcased talents from all over the world, and has fans flocking to the cinemas year after year. With the 2020s now well underway, it's possible to look back at some of the greatest cinematic gems from the decade that delivered some of the most unforgettable stories ever told. Welcome to Popcorn Programming, and here are the 10 best movies from the 2010s. In number 10, we have The Social Network from 2010. The Social Network chronicles the creation of one of the most important innovations of the 2000s, Facebook, and social media for that matter. Directed by David Fincher, the biographical drama primarily focuses on Mark Zuckerberg, portrayed by Jesse Eisenberg, a Harvard student who partners with his friend Eduardo Saverin, who portrayed by Andrew Garfield, to develop the Facebook.
Some center, that's what the Facebook is going to be about. People are going to log on because after all the cake and watermelon, there's a chance they're actually going to get laid with a girl.
The site's growth eventually attracts interest of Napster co-founder Sean Parker, played by Justin Timberlake, but also starts to cause drama between Mark and Eduardo, whose once close bond dissolves into a lengthy legal battle. The 2020 film benefits from a sharp screenplay by Aaron Sorkin, which is perfectly executed under Fincher's masterful direction. The tech startup world is depicted with increasing intensity in The Social Network, especially as Mark's complex character inevitably makes questionable decisions to maintain control over the company. While its historical accuracy is dubious, it's undoubtedly a captivating watch, if only to see the heartbreaking betrayal that destroys Mark and Eduardo's friendship. In number 9, we have Boyhood. Often cited alongside the best coming-of-age movies of all time, Boyhood is a unique movie that it follows the same cast over a period of 12 years. Directed by Richard Linklater, it primarily revolves around the life of Mason Evans Jr., portrayed by Ella Coltrane, who grows up in Texas with his single mother Olivia, portrayed by Patricia Arquette, and older sister Samantha, played by Lorelai Linklater. It then depicts the milestones of Mason's childhood to young adult, including his complicated relationship with his father, Mason Sr., portrayed by Ethan Hawke, the awkward school dances, budding romances, and much more. Boyhood doesn't feature a traditional plot structure, opting for a series of vignettes featuring Mason's characters, his friends, and family. It also incorporates a change in actors' real lives and personality into the constantly evolving script every year. This atypical approach stays true to the 2014 film's commitment to authenticity, which results in a work of art that realistically captures the bittersweet experience of growing up. In number 8, we have La La Land. The modern musical romance that had viewers sobbing as they left the theatres, and then sobbing again at the Oscar night when they read the wrong movie. La La Land is a massively successful piece of work by director Damien Chazelle. Set in Los Angeles, it's centered on the whirlwind romance between Mia, played by Emma Stone, and who's an aspiring actress, and Sebastian, played by Ryan Gosling, who's a dedicated jazz musician. Over time, Mia and Seb begin to realise they need to pursue different paths and choose between embracing their ambitions or saving their relationship. La La Land received universal acclaim for Chazelle's sharp direction, the cast's impeccable performances, and its dazzling musical score. It paid homage to classic Hollywood musicals without losing its contemporary flair, with the song and dance portrayal of Mia and Seb's love story being technically impressive and incredibly entertaining to watch, all the way to its tear-jerking ending. The 2016 movie would receive a record-time 14 Oscar nominations, winning 6 of them, including Best Director for Chazelle. In number 7, we have Call Me By Your Name. Call Me By Your Name is a moving coming-of-age romance directed by Luca Guadagnino, based on Andrea Ackerman's eponymous 2007 novel. Set in the summer of 1983 in northern Italy, the film follows the connection that forms between 17-year-old Elio Perlman, played by Timothy Chalamet, and Olivia, played by Armie Hammer, a 24-year-old graduate student working as an intern for Elio's father, Michael Stuhlbarg. While initially hesitant, the experienced Elio soon falls hard for the confident Oliver, with their tender affair being the highlight of the summer. With his lush-setting, mesmerising performances and heartbreaking depiction of first love, the 2017 film was immediately awarded as one of the best contemporary romance novels. There's a slow build-up that maximises the romantic backdrop, with the entire film taking viewers on a journey of new love and sudden heartbreak. Call Me By Your Name also features rich dialogue to reflect its characters' growing desires and evolving emotions, with the movie notably taking home the Oscar for Best Adapted Screenplay at the 90th Academy Awards. In number 6 we have Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. It wouldn't be an overstatement to say that Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse reinvigorated the saturated superhero genre, with the cutting-edge animated movie bursting onto the scene with its distinct visual style and exciting story. The film follows Miles Morales, played by Shamik Moore, a Brooklyn teenager who struggles to live up to his father's expectations while embracing his role as the new Spider-Man. When Kingpin, voiced by Liv Schreiber, activates a particle accelerator, it opens up a portal to multiple dimensions, bringing together a few different versions of Spider-Man from various universes. They soon have to work together to stop the villain from destroying reality as they know it. Into the Spider-Verse is easily one of the greatest superhero movies of the last decade, and there's been a lot to choose from. With the film being a clear love letter to both its medium and the comics, the 2018 movie is chock full of colour and energy, which is ironic given that the character is entirely black and white. Showcasing spectacular aesthetics and animation styles that would push boundaries and set high standards for future films, its sequel Across the Spider-Verse was similarly successful, with countless fans eagerly awaiting the third movie Beyond the Spider-Verse. Thankfully, Across the Spider-Verse was in a different decade, so I don't have to compare that one. Can't wait for the 2030s when I have to decide between Across the Spider-Verse and Beyond the Spider-Verse. And number 5 we have Portrait of a Lady on Fire. In the late 18th century, on a remote island in Brittany, the young painter Marianne, played by Noémie Merlan, is commissioned to create a wedding portrait of the reluctant bride-to-be, Lucy, played by Adele Haenel. Having just left a convent and unwilling to marry a man she has never met, Lucy refuses to sit for portraits, so Marianne must observe her in secret and paint her likeness without her knowledge. As Marianne spends more time with Lucy though, they unexpectedly fall in love despite their impossible circumstances. Portrait of a Lady on Fire is a stunning work by director Celine Sciamma, who would make history by becoming the first female filmmaker to win the Queer Palm at the 2019 Cannes Film Festival. A triumph of diverse romance on the big screen, the 2019 film beautifully captures a fleeting affair by portraying burning desires with a balance of cleverly subtlety and intense passion. The resulting relationship is both uniquely intimate and tragically doomed, with Mariana and Lucy's arcs being among the most powerful stories of the 2010s. And now for something entirely different, as in at number 4 we have Mad Max Fury Road. This was the 4th installment in the Mad Max franchise, which reinvigorated the post-apocalyptic series that began in 1979. Set in a desolate desert wasteland where the water and gasoline are scarce commodities, the 2015 film follows the troubled loner Max Rokatansky, played by Tom Hardy, as he teams up with the warrior Furiosa, played by Charlize Theron. The duo plot their escape alongside the tyrannical warlord Immortan Joes, played by Hugh Keys Bryan, 5 wives as they relentlessly pursued by Joe and his war boys. Directed by George Miller, Fury Road dazzled with its non-stop action, particularly the extended chase scenes featuring the massive war rigs and spectacular explosions in the desert. With a story that is granted pretty thin, but it unfolds at breakneck speed to go with its stunning visuals and practical effects, it's not surprising that the heart-pounding movie has aged incredibly well. It's even spawned a prequel film, Furiosa and Mad Max Sara, which premiered to a smaller critical and commercial acclaim, but still pretty damn good. In number 3 we have Roma. Director Alfonso Cuarón's Roma is one of Netflix's best original movies ever made, with the renowned drama revolving around Cleo, played by Yalitza Aparicio, a young indigenous maid working for a middle-class family. Set during the early 1970s in Mexico City, it shows Cleo's perspective as she goes through her daily tasks for the family she serves, with a connection with the matriarch Sofia, played by Marina de Tavira, particularly highlighted. Deeper struggles within Cleo's life and routine are also soon revealed and juxtaposed with Sophia's own problems. Cuarón's personal connection to the story shines through the film, with the gorgeous black and white work being inspired by his own upbringing and the women who shaped his life. Roma has been praised for its depiction of the often overlooked lives of domestic workers, and the way its actors, specifically Aparicio, have a dignified and humanising approach to their roles. The 2018 film would become the first ever Mexican entry to win the Best Foreign Language film at the 91st Academy Awards. Roma also took home the Oscar for Best Cinematography and Best Director. In number 2, We mentioned it a little bit earlier, but it's time to give it its full praise here, as we have Moonlight. An instant classic directed by Barry Jenkins, Moonlight is a profound coming-of-age drama that chronicles the life of its protagonist Chiron. The film is divided into 3 chapters, each depicting a pivotal stage of Chiron's life: childhood, adolescence, and adulthood. The first chapter, Little, introduces Chiron, played by Alex Hibbert, as a young boy growing up in rough Miami neighborhood, who finds solace in a local drug dealer, Juan, played by Mahershala Ali. In the second chapter, Chiron, the story shifts to Chiron's teenage years, who is then played by Ashton Sanders, where he grapples with his sexual identity. The final chapter, Black, depicts an adult Chiron, played by Trevont Rhodes, who is transformed into a hardened figure mirroring Juan. Moonlight is unflinching in its portrayal of Chiron's hardships, including his mother's struggle with drug addiction and his own experience with bullying and fights. The 2016 film is a bold exploration of black masculinity and queer identity, an intersection so rarely seen in mainstream movies. Now considered among the best movies of this century, it would win 3 Oscars including Best Picture, cementing its place in cinematic history. And number 1, we have Parasite. This is a film that needs no introduction. Director Bong Joon-ho would shock the world with a genre-bending masterpiece that would quickly turn him into a household name. It's a deceptively simple premise, with the film following the impoverished Kim family who scheme their way into the lives of the wealthy Park family by posing as skilled workers. The Kims enjoy their new positions for a while, only for a dark secret to emerge that could jeopardise the carefully constructed ruse. Bong Joon-ho's brilliant satire would have a historic triumph at the 92nd Academy Awards, where it became the first non-English language film to win Best Picture alongside an additional 3 Oscars. The Eat the Rich movie greatly benefits from the South Korean filmmaker's trademarks, which include cleverly used, meticulously crafted settings and composition to convey socio-economic commentary. Paired with a flawless screenplay that hides a truly jaw-dropping twist, Parasite delivers a thrilling viewing experience and a biting critique of capitalism and class division. That's all folks, so what do you think? Let us know in the comments your favourite movie from the 2010s. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and click the subscribe button if you are new here. That's all for now, so I'd just like to thank you for watching and we'll see you next time. Pop pop!